Good morning everyone. In this video we will discuss about ignition temperature from the chapter combustion and flame. Now at first, what is ignition temperature? Lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called ignition temperature. Whenever a substance, inflammable substance, comes in contact with a flame, then what happens? Then it will increase its own temperature, and whenever it obtains that temperature at which it catches fire, that particular temperature is known as ignition temperature. So, why ignition temperature is important? It is very important for the process of combustion. It is one of the required necessity, one of the requirement for the combustion. Attainment of ignition temperature is necessary for combustion. How can we show it and how can we prove it? We can prove it by a simple activity. Now look at this figure. We have to take two paper cups and two lighted candles and fix it on the table. In the first case, you simply take the paper cup, cone or cup and put it directly over the flame. Naturally it will catch fire and burn. But in second case, you have to pour some of the water and then put it over the flame. You will surprised to see that this paper cup will not catch fire and the water heated up continuously and finally it will boil up. Why it happens? It happens because the heat obtained, absorbed by the paper cup is taken by the water to heat it up and to boil it. And as a result, this heat which is absorbed by the paper cup is not increasing its temperature. As a result, paper cup is not obtaining its ignition temperature and it will not catch fire. So this was the simple activity, and by this simple activity we can prove that attainment of ignition temperature is necessary for combustion. Now we will discuss some of the simple related questions with this ignition temperature. Matchstick does not catch fire at room temperature. Yes, it will not catch fire at room temperature because it will not obtain its ignition temperature. But whenever you will rub it on the side part of the matchbox, it obtains heat due to the friction force, and heat increases the temperature of matchstick. As a result, it will reach the ignition temperature and matchstick catches fire. Next is, have you ever seen cooking oil catching fire when a frying pan is kept for a long on a burning stove? If you put a frying pan on a burning stove with the oil and for a long time it obtains heat, then oil will absorb more and more heat and it will increase its temperature, and whenever oil's ignition temperature reached, then it will catch fire. Next question is, why kerosene oil catches fire when it is heated a little? Kerosene oil is a fuel, it has low ignition temperature. So whenever you heat it little, it will obtain its ignition temperature and catch fire. Next is, why wood takes long time to catch fire? Wood have a high ignition temperature and it will catch fire after a long time because it will take long time to increase its temperature and reach to the ignition temperature. Usually you have seen that if you have to burn a wood piece or a piece of wood, you will apply a little amount of kerosene oil over the wood. Why it happens? We do it because kerosene oil has low ignition temperature, and whenever it comes in contact with the flame, it will catch fire, and this fire will increase the temperature of wood also, and then wood will easily obtain its ignition temperature and then it will catch fire. So these are the simple questions. Now, the substances which have very low ignition temperature and comes in contact with flame catches fire are called inflammable substances. Example, petrol, diesel and LPG. LPG which is used in our houses usually more frequently in our kitchen. So these are the inflammable substances which have low ignition temperature. Remember, for being an inflammable substance, two conditions are necessary. First one, low ignition temperature, and second one, it should catch flame. Now, how can we control fire? We can control fire by two ways. First way is to cut off the supply of oxygen. If we simply cut off the supply of oxygen, fire goes off. And in the second case, you have to lower down the temperature of emitting material. Combustible materials temperature should be lowered down, and then fire goes off. Whenever it will move down to the ignition temperature, the fire goes simply off. So these were the related questions, and